So Elon, thank you for coming down at such short notice. Can you tell us what drove your purchase of Twitter?
Well, I think it's very important for there to be an inclusive arena for free speech where all, yeah.
Completely agree. So Elon, level with us. What's first on the agenda, day one?
Open source the algorithm. So there's no sort of behind the scenes.
Let me stop you there, buddy. 2 words. Congressional oversight. Thank you. The committee recognizes Barack Obama, who has some comments on content moderation.
While content moderation can limit the distribution of clearly dangerous content,
Why is he in an Air Force uniform?
it doesn't go far enough. These big platforms need to be subject to some level of public oversight and regulation.
Thank you, Mr. Obama. Now I believe we have our Minister of Truth, Nina Jankowicz, who wants to dial in on Zoom. Is that right?
DHS leaks thing,
What are you doing?
yikes. The story's been developing throughout the day.
Turn that off.
I
That is not a
actually
live
mentioned it
feed.
in my first
Turn
video
that
today
off. Turn
that
that
Vijay
off.
Gotti
Turn that
had
off.
been, who is the former Trust and Safety Council person, had been basically colluding with Homeland Security on how to censor Americans, a direct violation of our First Amendment right. I mean, people should be like, if you have politicians that you like and they're not talking about this, ask them why. What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and there's just so much going on at one time. I'm going to start to try to combine several topics into each like Twitter-related video so I can maintain some non-Twitter-related video topics. For those of you that are new to the channel, I really appreciate you being here. If you haven't yet, please do hit that subscribe button down below. I know you might have to make an account, but I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. It seems to really help YouTube actually finding the channel, and it helps you to find my videos. Now, late yesterday, I covered the new documents revealing that the Department of Homeland Security collaborated with Facebook to target disinformation, as well as Twitter, by the way. Vijay Gotti directly is what it looks like. Platforms have to get comfortable with government. It's really interesting how hesitant they remain. One Microsoft executive, former DHS official, texted DHS Director Jen Easterly back in February. One of the Intercept's biggest findings was that the FBI agent who played an instrumental role in pushing social media platforms to censor the infamous New York Post story about our president's son's computer continued to shape DHS policy decisions. Now, why is that important? Is because we know that story was 100% real. Twitter banned the New York Post account when they broke the story days before the election. Facebook banned the story as well, deboosting it, all on the demand of the what appears to be federally or ideologically compromised Federal Bureau of Investigation. Now, I know I have FBI agents that watch my videos as fans, and I'm sure that it's hashtag not all FBI agents. I know I have viewers in the FBI because you email me or you reach out to me, but this is obviously not what I would think anyone would want the FBI to be engaging in. And he brings up a quote Edward Snowden brings up: Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech or the press. Any effort by the state to claim a mission or authority regulating speech, essentially speech it dislikes, is a willful violation of the limits imposed by the First Amendment, and it must be resisted. A lot of people talking about, and I am asking that question too, maybe to somebody who's more intelligent in my viewership. I don't know how you begin to what is the punishment for this? It's like literally the people that do the punishing doing this. And just as I suspected, there wasn't a single article on mainstream press. When you search like DHS leaks, I bet you this video is going to be shadow banned too. Like if you search for DHS leaks, look at this. All you have is the original article from The Intercept, one right after it from National Review, and then nope, that's not even it. Nobody. Nothing. And one mainstream outlet covered it at all, just as suspected. And this really came to light when Elon Musk shared out some internal conversations from Yoel, a person that works with that. I have a video. I want to talk about him specifically later because he is potentially the new Vijaya Gotti. I have a feeling I know why Elon's keeping him around. We'll get into that later. That's why you want to subscribe. But let's get to this. Elon Musk nukes Twitter's board of directors, takes new action to limit employees' power. And we knew about the board going away. That actually happened last week, but it was kind of heavily reported yesterday. The move became official in an SEC filing that stated the members of the board, which included some recently fired top executives, were no longer directors in accordance with the terms of the merger agreement. Musk also took action to limit the ability, now this is the big part, of Twitter employees to moderate content and enforce the platform's often criticized rules. Bloomberg News first reported that, quote, most of Twitter's trust and safety team are unable to alter or penalize accounts that would break rules around misleading information, offensive posts, or hate speech, except for extreme circumstances in which real-world harm could happen if action is not taken. That's huge. Essentially what they've said is you can't, like, we're already dialing back the moderation. Now, Elon himself did say that a couple of things. First, that the board dissolution is only temporary. I'm sure he'll get a board of people he trusts down the line. And he also addressed that no rules on Twitter's entire platform have changed. So I know there's some big spicy tweets out there. They're getting a lot of likes and retweets. But as far as I know, and as far as the guy who owns the company has said, nothing has officially changed. So, garbage post at your own risk. Meme post at your own risk. The team has not had access to a dashboard tool that they use to carry out enforcement actions like banning an account or locking users out of their account for a period of time due to a violation, measures which many critics say are used as weapons because they disproportionately target conservatives. A separate report from Bloomberg News says that Musk has asked his team to review the platform's hateful conduct policy, specifically a portion that penalizes users for targeting or misgendering or dead naming of trans individuals. Interesting. Initial reports indicate that Musk was set to get rid of 75% of Twitter's workforce. He started off his reign of the company by firing some top executives. We also saw another top executive leave yesterday. We'll get to that too later in this video. By the way, really, really, really appreciate all of the support. All the people subscribing to the channel. You're just crushing it, and you're keeping me, plugging away back behind the desk. And sometimes 5-6 videos a day, 5-6 days a week is a slog. But the comment sections and seeing the numbers actually change, like seeing new people subscribe. As I can tell you this, like if you have a bunch of YouTube channels that you watch that you just know about and you're not subscribed to, trust me when I tell you, creators watch that, and it's a huge boost when they see people are actually who view their videos actually subscribe. It just is. It's like, it's hard to describe. And that's creators of all sizes, by the way. I'm very fortunate to have the audience I do, but also like, I notice it. I notice when my, these last 3-4 months have been amazing. My account's finally growing again. Reports later claim, no, he's cutting by 50%. Now, today is the deadline in which a lot of people said, oh, well, he's gonna, he's going to fire all these people because he wants to protect them from getting vested in stock. That doesn't look to have happened. I think that would have been a big D move by Elon. It would have really sucked for the employees. And it wouldn't have really been, I guess, I don't like to say things aren't fair, but like that would have been really crummy. I don't think he would have come out looking good for that. And, when you do it to the top executives, no one cares. But, when it's John Q. programmer and their compensation is based largely off stock, that's kind of a thing. This goes back to Elon Musk accusing the Twitter board of deliberately hiding evidence from the court And this is where we're talking about Yoel Roth, which is a character that we need to watch very closely later. Some old suspicious tweets from him resurfacing, and but he seems to be an ally, but he also seems to be a major liability. We also saw Joe Biden, the sitting president of the United States, get fact-checked. Now, we know it happened to Trump all the time. It was unprecedented at that time. But as far as I know, and I could be wrong here, Joe Biden had never been fact-checked before. We see this. Look at this. The president is being fact-checked. I'm literally sick to my stomach. Now, I don't know, like, this is the second time I've seen these images go around. So, like, I don't know if, I'd like to see it in real time. So if we look at Joe Biden's account, I'm not seeing. Oh, here's one. Here's a fact check. On October 29th, some seniors pay $400 a month. Readers added context as they thought might be helpful. So he is getting fact checked. Here's another fact check on October 28th. So he's getting fact checked constantly, which is awesome. I mean, to be honest with you, nobody should be above that. And a fact check isn't actually like deleting the tweet. It's just adding additional context. So I don't necessarily think that that's an issue. It's just like when, YouTube added that information bar below videos. I never minded that. If they want to link out to like certain government agencies that have more information or whatever like that, I don't care about that. Again, Benny Johnson, Twitter has frozen some employees' access to internal tools used for monitoring content and other policy enforcement, curbing the staff's ability to clamp down on, quote, misinformation ahead of the midterms. So the election is what they're really worried about. Twitter limits content enforcement work as U.S. election looms. It is my opinion that these individuals, that Twitter has placed their thumb on the scales, in particular for one side of the aisle, and hopefully this is the start of that stopping. In fact, Twitter safety chief confirms a report the company froze some content enforcement work after Elon Musk took over, and you can see this tweet from Yoel Roth saying, replying to Jackie Davilo, saying a wide swath of Twitter's trust and safety team had access to content moderation enforcement tools frozen. Usually hundreds of people on the team could remove posts with blah, 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 blah. Yoel Roth, who Elon told everyone to follow, this is exactly what we or any company should be doing in the midst of a corporate transition to reduce opportunities for insider risk. We are still enforcing our rules at scale. Some still have access, but it's a small group, around 30. The company did this to keep employees from doing something unexpected given the Musk transition. The app code was also frozen. With the U.S. election a week away, some TNS folks, trust and safety folks, worry that they can't do their job. What is it that they think their job is? What is it that they think their job is exactly? And a high-ranking executive also quit. Twitter ad sales chief, Personette. Personette? That's the word? Says in a tweet she quit the company. This tweet set from her wasn't really inflammatory. It was kind of not super newsworthy. I mean, she's a high-ranking executive, that's for sure. And that was at least a little odd. But she writes, "Hi, folks. I wanted to share that I resigned on Friday from Twitter, and my work access was officially cut off last night. It's been the greatest privilege to serve you all as a leader and partner. Many have heard me say this, but the most important role I believe I played in the company was championing the requirements of brand safety. While uncertain how many there will be, I spent the last few days at the company continuing that commitment, and I want everyone to know that I believe the new administration understands the importance of holding up the standards. On the most important part of this tweet to all of you, to my team, blah, 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 we create love and gratitude to everyone." Like, I don't know why people are dunking on this person. Like, it's okay. We knew that he was going to make massive cuts in the marketing department because they were greatly overstaffed there. But I mean, I think that was, that was reasonably classy way to quit. And she didn't, cast aspersions on the way out. And also Elon did confirm that he is going to uphold all the standards of the GARM. I forget what the acronym stands for now, but Anyway, all good news from Twitter today. Got some other James Corden news coming up next. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it, and don't forget to subscribe wherever you're watching, whether it's YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, or BitChute. I would greatly appreciate it.